Welcome back, everybody. Matt and I'm back here. Hope you're doing well. So, we heard the other day that Margot Robbie is now the one has been offered. He has gotten an offer. I'm gonna make you an offer you can't refuse. Okay? So Marvel, Disney, made her an offer to play Sue Storm. Now, now a lot of you people are probably going, but Matt, last week you did a podcast talking about the 4 actresses that they're looking at to play Sue Storm, and Margot Robbie was not on that list. It was Jodie Comer, Vanessa Kirby, Allison Williams, and Mila Kunis. No Margot Robbie. Yes, that is true. But, people need to remember that a lot of times in Hollywood or whatever, most of the time they narrow it down to 4 to 5 actors for a role. Yes, pretty honest. There are times where they don't even let you know the list of actors that they were looking at. And they just tell you the person they picked. I mean, you gotta also remember, when they did the Batman, it came down to only 2 people. Robert Pattinson and Nicholas Hoult. We don't know if there were any other names that they probably looked at. They only let us know those 2, and then only a couple of days later, they announced Robert Pattinson. So, I mean, when they were casting Batman v Superman, out of all the names that they had on a list of people they were looking at for Batman, guess whose name was not on that list at all? On anyone's list? Ben Affleck. And guess who got the role? Ben Affleck. So sometimes studios will put out a list just to throw people off, like, hey, look over here. But over here, we got the real actor cast already. But we don't want that to be leaked right now. So we're going to shove all these other actors in your face, like, here you go. We got Jodie Comer and Vanessa Kirby over here. Don't look over here behind the curtain at Margot Robbie. No. So that happened. Look at Reed Richards right now. The only actor we have really truly heard was Adam Driver, and it looks like Adam Driver is going to be Reed Richards. The only other name that has come up as a possible rumor has been Penn Badgley from the show You. That is it. That is all we've heard when it comes to Reed Richards. Even Johnny Storm. Right now, the only actor they have looked at for Johnny Storm is Paul Mescal, who just got cast in Gladiator 2. But apparently he already turned down the role because he's going to be shooting Gladiator 2 around the time that they start shooting Fantastic Four. And he's like, well, I've already committed to this movie. So in terms of scheduling, he's not going to be able to do Fantastic Four now. So that means they're going to be looking at someone else. Who knows, maybe they probably had a list of actors that have come in to try out for Johnny Storm. Now they got to go to that list again and say, okay, let's go to number 2 now on that list. You know, in terms of Ben Grimm, they're looking at 2 actors, Seth Rogen and Jason Segel. Now, I don't think Seth Rogen is the guy to do it at all. Seth Rogen is too recognizable. He has too much of the same shtick. He's the funny, overweight, Jewish guy who likes to smoke weed. That's Seth Rogen. Who has a distinctive laugh. Okay? Now, of course, once again, Marvel said they want a true Jewish person to play Ben Grimm, because Ben Grimm is Jewish. That's why a lot of the actors who have played Ben Grimm have been Jewish. I think Jamie Bell, Billy Elliot himself was Ben Grimm in the last Fantastic Four movie. You can play soccer. You can play football, baseball, but not fucking ballet. Billy Elliot. That's like the most famous line in that movie. And then we had Michael Chiklis in the original Fantastic Four movies in the 2000s. So Jason Segel to me would be my best bet. But also, there is a rumor out there that they're also looking at one other Jewish guy. One other Jew. And this Jew, I would rather see play Ben Grimm. His daddy was Jewish in a famous comedy franchise. I think you know who I'm talking about now. His daddy is Jewish in a famous comedy franchise. Teen comedy. Raunchy teen comedy. Very popular in the 99, 2001, 2003, and 2012. That's a huge hit. Huge hit. Jim Levinstein. That's right. They are looking at Jason Biggs also to play Ben Grimm. Oh, Jim. Bad boy. And I would rather see Jason Biggs as Ben Grimm. He's in his 40s now. Especially next to Adam Driver. I think that would be great. But when it comes to Johnny Storm, I keep saying the same guy. Rudy Penko from Outer Banks. In fact, if they get Margot Robbie to agree to sue Storm, having Margot Robbie and Rudy Penko as Susan Storm and Johnny Storm would be perfect. I mean, look at them. Those look like brother and sister. Really, really hot brother and sister, but brother and sister. I mean, come on. That would be perfect casting. Like I haven't seen Paul Mescal. I probably won't see Paul Mescal until Gladiator 2. But I mean, he must be a great actor to be in Gladiator 2, being wanted for Fantastic Four. So anyway, once again, people might be like, but Matt, Margot Robbie is Harley Quinn. She can't be Sue Storm. Yes, she can. You know why? Because actors have a job to do. It's called act. And actors like to do different types of roles as an actor. Sue Storm is extremely different from Harley Quinn. Yes, they're comic book characters, but on the entirely opposite ends of the spectrum. Not to mention Margot Robbie is a two-time Academy Award nominated actress. She is excellent as an actress. She's extremely pretty. She, actually, outside of Jodie Comer, who has been my number one pick for Sue Storm, and that was before I thought Margot Robbie was on the table. If Margot Robbie's on the table now, I want Margot Robbie. Margot Robbie is literally the comic book character of Sue Storm coming off the pages. Okay? But Matt, she's Harley Quinn. Listen, people, we have seen actors play other comic book characters at the same time. Halle Berry was Sue Storm and Catwoman around the same time. Josh Brolin was Thanos and Cable in Deadpool 2, not only in the same year, in the same month those movies came out. Avengers Infinity War and Deadpool 2, 2018. So, it can be done. So, I think, like I said, if they can line up this cast with Margot Robbie, Adam Driver, either Jason Segel or Jason Biggs, and then Rudy Penko, that would be an excellent cast for the Fantastic Four. That would be an excellent cast. for the Fantastic Four. But let me know, would you like this lineup if it ended up being Margot Robbie, Adam Driver, either Jason Segel or Jason Biggs, and then now Johnny Storm? I mean, my pick is Rudy Panko. I have no idea who else they're looking at for Johnny Storm now that Paul Mescal has turned down the role. So let me know in the comments below. Would you love to see Margot Robbie as Susan Storm? And what about the other cast members that might be our Fantastic Four? Matt the Mad here.